Hey ladies, it's Sydney from Sitting Pretty here, reinforcing the fundamentals of hair care. And on today's video, I'll be showing you the difference between clarifying shampoos and moisturizing shampoos. If that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned.
I can't tell, love is everywhere. Like a new perfume in my hair. Darling, come miles away.
Before I get started, I'd just like to say, hair care is a system, and without including all of the fundamentals in that system, you will continue to experience issues along your healthy hair journey. If you take out one step while adding too much of the other, you're always going to come in contact with imbalances. There are differences in shampoos because these are scientifically and chemically formulated. They are not all made the same, nor are they all promising the same result. The majority of the products that you will find in your local beauty supply store and in your local drugstore are moisturizing shampoos. And it's funny because when I tell my clients, hey, before you come, please make sure you wash your bundles with a clarifying shampoo, they're like, what is a clarifying shampoo? What is that, the brand? Like, they're genuinely confused. And I have to kind of go into the background with them. This is a clarifying shampoo. This is a moisturizing shampoo. And once I start to describe the differences, everything comes into perspective for them. As I go into talking more about products this month, it definitely needed to be a part of the conversation. I'll start with clarifying shampoos. Clarifying shampoos have specifically been formulated to deeply cleanse your hair. Here on YouTube, you will hear a lot of people who will tell you that you need to stay away from clarifying shampoos because they dry your hair out and all of this, blah, 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 blah. Sis, when you're using pounds and pounds of product on a daily basis in your hair and co-washing only, it's just a recipe for disaster. Especially for you natural girls, you need to be clarifying. Clarifying shampoos are specifically formulated to deep cleanse the hair. They clean the hair very efficiently, and they do work to degrease and debunk, I don't even know if that's a word, like eliminate all the nastiness out of your hair. So it is gonna leave your hair a lot more clean than any other shampoo. However, as I told you all, hair care is a system. And that's why, if you all remember, like I say, 10 years ago, before the natural hair movement was a big thing, after you clarified, you always followed up with a moisturizing shampoo. As long as you are implementing all of the steps, your hair is going to be okay. Now, if you skip from a clarifying shampoo and go right into a styling session, your hair is going to be dry. It's also the same thing as doing a protein treatment without deep conditioning after, and we'll talk about that another day. I'd also like to add that personally and both professionally, when I'm working with my clients, I can honestly say that my clients who are consistent and who have reached what I call their breakthrough, meaning their hair is healthy and it is acting the way it is supposed to, when I shampoo their hair with clarifying shampoos, I do not find that their hair or mine is dry after, even before we follow up with the moisturizing shampoo. And in my professional opinion, if you are finding that your hair is severely dry after using a clarifying shampoo, then your hair was probably dry to begin with. So it's really important that you address your protein moisture balance, because that could easily be the issue, rather than you just throwing in the towel and saying, I'm not using a clarifying shampoo. Clarifying shampoos are very important, especially when it comes to hair growth, especially when it comes to those of you who protective style, where your scalp is constantly closed, and those of you who are constantly using product. Because when your scalp has a ton of buildup on it that's never properly cleansed, that in fact can get in the way of hair growth. That in fact can cause issues such as dandruff and itchiness, flakiness, redness, things like that. So foregoing clarifying shampoos when you are trying to embark on your healthy hair journey is not a good idea. Moving on to moisturizing shampoos. Moisturizing shampoos are exactly what they sound like. They are specifically formulated to infuse and add moisture back into your hair. Yes, they have been formulated to mildly cleanse the hair. However, for the amount of product that the majority of us use and for the amount of days that we typically go without washing our hair, moisturizing shampoos are rarely enough to wash your hair. Now, when you are natural, I always say that it is okay to limit your clarifying shampoo usage a little bit more. And what I mean by that is, typically for my girls that heat style, I recommend they use their shampoos both every time they wash. Generally, these people are not washing more than every 5 days, so it's not a huge deal. The reason why is because a lot of people don't realize when you apply heat to hair that has not been cleaned or hair that has a lot of product buildup on it that is not conducive with heat styling, that's when you start to notice those smoky, stinky, burning smells and dirty, deteriorating flat irons. Heat does the same thing to your hair that it would that a skillet would do to some oil and bacon I put in. If I have a hot pan and I put oil in the pan and I put bacon or potatoes in there, that's what it's gonna do.
Burny smells.
Ladies, if you're gonna be wearing your hair straight, you need to clarify before putting heat on your hair. Otherwise, your styles are going to be very flat. They're going to be very dull, and your hair's not going to move as much. It's not going to be what you are looking for. If you are natural, I recommend, if you're one of the naturals that washes weekly, maybe go every other week clarifying. But the point is, don't skip out on the clarifying. Don't substitute the moisture for the clarifying or the clarifying for the moisture. You need both. Key takeaway from moisturizing shampoos is that they moisturize. I know that when it comes to the advice out there for textured hair, the first thing you hear is moisture, 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 moisture. You need moisture, 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 moisture. What I'm finding as a professional and as a hair care and hair growth expert, if you'd like to check my references, check the Instagram, baby, I got them receipts. A lot of the advice on YouTube is completely contrary to moisturizing. Now, if you'd like to know what I mean by that, please leave a comment below. I think the natural hair community comes across as so obsessed with moisture that they have actually adopted methods that do not leave their hair moisturized at all. If you don't believe me, a lot of these naturals with the most beautiful afros, beautiful curls, when they blow dry their hair and when they get it heat styled, that's when you truly see how dry and damaged the hair is. Proof is in the pudding. So if you would like me to go further into depth on that topic, let me know in the comments below. And I hope that this was somewhat helpful, somewhat informative. Out my free guide, The 5 Keys for Success in Your Natural Hair Journey, to learn more about how to set the foundation for a successful hair journey. You can find that by clicking the link in my description box. It'll be the first one. And if you like this video and if you'd like more information on healthy hair care, please make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notifications. And again, make sure that you revisit me next week for more information on products. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you like my little new microphone I got. Okay, we're trying to do fancy things in here. I feel like a news reporter.